Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Buck Stops Here. I am Catherine Murray. Well, I'm so thrilled to bring you our guest today. We talk so much about the economic picture globally in the United States and Canada, and often we're really looking at numbers. And I think what's so important is to really look in the depths of the economy and what we're really seeing and what type of job creation we're finding in Canada. And specifically today, we're going to talk about Ontario. And for that, I'm thrilled to bring to you the Minister of Economic Development, Job Creation and Trade of Ontario. That, of course, is Minister Vic Fedeli. Minister, great to be with you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Catherine. It's a real pleasure to be here and talk numbers with you.
Thank you. Let's get a sense in terms of what has been going on economically in Ontario over the past couple of years. Just in terms of the development that's happening that we often don't hear enough about, in my opinion.
I think the biggest thing that's happened is in the last 17 months, the province of Ontario has been awarded $12 billion of electric vehicle plants and ancillary businesses. $12 billion in 17 months, all during the pandemic.
How is that happening? When you say $12 billion, where's that coming from and how's it being deployed?
It's really a fascinating package. We start back to when we were told by then Chrysler Chair Sergio Marchionne that we've created, the former government created the most expensive jurisdiction and that we should cut costs. And we've put a package together of cutting costs by $7 billion every year, primarily by cutting workplace safety premiums by half. That's about $2.5 billion in savings. And so we've seen the auto companies, Ford, GM, Honda, Stellantis, all make multi-billion-dollar announcements. LG Energy from Korea and Stellantis made a $5 billion announcement in a battery facility. And then finally, DeFasco has made a multi-billion-dollar announcement to go off of coal and make green steel for the EV sector.
So it's quite fascinating. I mean, we were living through a period where there were just so many costs. I mean, really in the news, we were always reporting that companies were leaving Ontario and Canada, but you've been able to really attract them back.
Premier Ford and I sat at a table with General Motors, with Ford, with Honda, with Stellantis, before that with Toyota. And we said to them, look what we've done. We've lowered WSIB premiums. We've put in an accelerated capital cost allowance. We cut red tape to the tune of $400 million. We've lowered taxes. There's been no tax increases whatsoever. Not even a hunting license has gone up under Premier Ford. And we went back to General Motors, who had left Ontario, left Oshawa, gone, and brought them the plan that showed them how we've reduced costs by $7 billion. And just a couple of weeks ago, there we were cutting the ribbon at a brand new facility where they make the Chevy Silverado. 3 shifts, 2,600 people. Half of the employees there are women. It's just a complete success story and a complete turnaround.
How much more of that do you see happening?
We see quite a bit more. We are opening up the critical minerals, which are going to be an important component we can talk about and how that plays. So we see tens of thousands of jobs being created there. The parts sector, they all are going to be pivoting, especially because of what I call NAFTA 2.0. We can talk about that. They're going to be pivoting to make parts in Ontario for electric vehicles. Right now, they're making parts for internal combustion engine vehicles. So we see a tremendous movement. We're still working with more battery manufacturers. We're working with companies to make what's called the precursor, which is the difference between the mineral and the material needed for the battery. And we're working with companies that are going to make the cathodes. So we are trying to complete the supply chain right here in Ontario.
A lot to pick up on there. Specifically, I'm curious as well in terms of the competition from a geographic perspective, who you compete most with on that point. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will be back with Minister Fedeli. We'll be right back.